Hi, everybody. I wanted to share what we've been working on with one of our customers. They're a longtime DayBack user, doing all of their internal scheduling with their call center and with their stores through DayBack inside of Salesforce. And how they've been using it for years is, how most folks use it. They look at a certain store and rooms and availability, find the open gaps, and create an appointment. And that's always worked well, but we want to speed that process up for them. They've also been working on some kind of complicated logic on how long an appointment needs to last based on what's being done in that appointment. And that comes down to the treatment areas. So they've built some complex logic inside of Salesforce. And fortunately, Dayback has the flexibility to just grab that logic from an Apex class. And so there's a single source of truth determining how long these appointments are. So let's see how that works. So we've added a new custom button down here called the Treatment Finder. We're going to find a client. Actually, let's do by email. And we can see we found them. And then when we select a client, we're going to look up their information and look up what their current treatment schedule is. And so we can see Jason Young, that's me. I'm going to have my back done. It needs it badly. And my neck and my unibrow, not so much, but better safe than sorry. So these are the treatment areas that I've set up, what the standard durations are, and based on my last appointment, when I can schedule them again. So as I start selecting treatment areas, we're going to hit that apex logic and figure out how long our duration needs to be. So that's going to figure that we have full back, but we also have some additional information in the contract with the client, and we want to make sure we capture that. We've got a larger surface area, and we have shaving assist required, so we're going to need to make sure the back is shaved as well. So that adds additional time. So as we add additional body parts and we look up the additional settings for the client, we get new duration and that it should be 60 minutes. Now I do have the option of padding this a little bit if I want, but typically these numbers are pretty well thought out. So we're going to do all our body parts. That's going to give us 60 minutes. We also have the option of including a free treatment for a marketing promo. That always just tags on 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave that off for now, but that's what that does. So now we can begin our search, and you can see this very quick. Dayback has gotten very fast at looking up availability. We can see that our first availability is on the 16th. And what this does is it shows availability, but it also shows kind of a snapshot of what's already happening. So these are already existing appointments. Now, this day is in this list here, so I know there's availability, and that's what that slot looks like. So the rest of it is just to kind of put it in context, and that helps the schedulers know. Here we've only got one slot available on the 16th, but let's say we look at the 17th. See, now we have a lot more availability, and I can see, do I want to put them in right after laser maintenance? And what else is going on in that day? And then we look at these availability slots and we see, yes, these are green, and that makes sense. There's availability here, but we've also got these gray ones. So what's going on there? What we've done is we've looked at existing appointments and then operating hours, basically their schedule of when they have breaks and lunch and things. And these green slots indicate that they're a preferred slot and that we won't open up any gaps. So we can see the green slots are right next to existing appointments. But then I've also got one here at 11. This is a 60-minute appointment. That means that it goes right up till 12, which we have lunch. So 11 would be a good one because I could slip a 60-minute appointment in before lunch. So again, these green ones tell the scheduler these are the preferred slots that won't create any little gaps in our schedule, which is very helpful. Now these are available. Now say the client is like, gosh, I really, can't come in or really want to come in at 4:30 because I need to be done by 5:30. 4:30 is available, and we will give that option available, but we will be potentially opening up gaps in the schedule. So that's how that works. So then once I've found my appointment, let's get this one on the 16th to fill out that day. I can select it. We see it selected, brings up the create appointment. And then we go ahead and create that appointment in the background and we bring it into focus. So now all the scheduler has to do is do save and close. The reason we have this icon here is that there was some additional time, which, was getting the back shaved and things like that. So if we go over the standard time and there's any additional indicator times, that's why we put this icon here, which is very helpful for them to figure out how often that's being done. So that is how the new treatment finder works. They're very excited about it, and we're very excited about it too. Thanks very much.